Welcome everyone to the regular bi-monthly meeting for the Village Trustees, Monday, August 25th, 2025 at 6 p.m. I call the meeting to order. First agenda, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda review. We need to add Ron Perry, a water request.
Yes, we could do it under 6A, please.
6A.
The water connection request.
Okay. Number 4, public comment.
We have one more agenda add.
One more agenda add?
We do not need the legal for executive session, but we need to add personnel, please.
Okay. All right, number 4, public comment.
Do a quick comment for Northwest Regional Planning Commission. The regional plan update is available for anyone in the public. It is online available. And you can also put comments or questions that you have directly to Northwest Planning Commission. And that's it.
Good stuff. Anyone else from the public? Okay. Along, number 5, approve, accept minutes from Monday, August 11th, 2025, meeting as presented.
I'll move we approve the minutes from Monday, August 11th, 2025, meeting is presented.
And I'll second that.
All right, we have a first and a second to approve the meeting minutes from Monday, August 11th, 2025. Any further discussion on the minutes?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carried. Number 6, approve and accept village warrants through Thursday, August 21st, 2025.
I'll make a motion that we approve and accept the village warrants through Thursday, August 21st, 2025.
And I'll second.
All right, we have a first and second to approve village warrants through August 3rd, 21st, 2025. Any further discussion on warrants?
Not for this one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried, thank you. Number 7, Swanton Village Police Department update with Chief.
6A.
6A, whoops, you're right.
I entertain a motion to enter in the water commission.
Okay, and we need to entertain the motion to enter into the Water Commission.
I'll move we go into water commissioners at 6:03.
I'll second.
All right, we have a first and a second to go into the Water Commission. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, in the mission, or commission, Water Commission meeting.
So I'll just say that Ronald Perry from Hodgson Drive has requested permission to connect a single-family, 2-bedroom dwelling to our water line that runs pretty much near Hodgson's property, their business. And he spoke with Dean. He knows he needs to bore under the road to make his connection. He's aware of the $1,500 fee to do so. Dean had no problem with him making that connection.
I'll move we approve the request from Mr. Perry, right?
Yes.
For the connection on Hodgson Drive.
Okay, and I'll second that motion.
All right, we have a first and a second to accept the connection for Ronald Perry along Hodgson Drive, right?
Yes, on Hodgson Drive.
Okay. Any further discussion?
No, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate the business.
And I'll move we come out of water commissioners at 6:05.
And I'll second that.
All right, we have a first and a second to exit the Water Commission meeting. Here we go. Back into the regular meeting. Number 7, Swanton Village Police Department update with Chief Matthew Sullivan, but it doesn't look like Matthew's here.
No, you have me as a fill-in tonight.
We got the good sergeant tonight. He said earlier he would accept all challenging questions. He welcomes them.
You said this?
He didn't say that.
Looks like it's been busy.
Yeah, we've had a pretty steady, busy summer. So I'll start with the village report. We had 144 incidents in July, 7 traffic stops, 6 tickets. 5 warnings were issued. All tickets and warnings were associated with traffic. We had 11 arrests, which were 11 individuals, 14 total charges. 3 of those arrests and charges were associated with traffic. Our top 10 incident types, 26 suspicious persons, 10 welfare checks, 9 citizen assists, 7 traffic stops, 7 agency assists, 7 motor vehicle complaints, 6 community outreach, 6 crash, property damage, looks like 6 alarms and 4 family fights. And in the back, you kind of have a breakdown of the traffic stops, which ones were issued tickets, which ones were issued warnings.
It's the one on the back page.
It's like third to last page. That's just a breakdown of the traffic stops and what they were stopping
Oh,
for.
okay, yeah.
And then on the very last page is a breakdown of the charges for the arrest that we had. Mine's stable, so I can't read. It looks like we had 2 in-state warrants, 2 criminally suspended license, 2 simple assaults, 1 impeding public officers, 1 violations of conditions of release, 1 extortion or threats, 1 identity theft, 1 reckless endangerment, 1 domestic assault, which was a first-degree aggravated, 1 interference with access to emergency services, and 1 petty larceny from a building or residential structure.
Does it seem like they were a little more severe, or?
Yeah, I mean, definitely some. We don't see a lot of like impeding officers.
Right.
But aside from that, no, it's kind of business as usual for us. But nothing that really sticks out.
I just can't believe 144.
Incidents.
I'm just stunned. I'm stunned.
Yeah, it's been a
Temperatures go up.
Yeah.
pretty busy summer. If you have any questions, I'll move on to the town.
The suspicious persons,
Yep.
circumstances, anything serious come of that, or is that just?
Without looking at every case, I don't know exactly, but a lot of these could be just a vehicle parked on the street that looks at a place, somebody who looks at a place that's just walking. We get a lot of like suspicious vehicles, suspicious persons complaints, and I would say majority of them turn out to be nothing.
Okay.
And then you have the town incidents. So top 10 incident types for July were 24 directed patrols, 13 traffic stops, 5 suspicious persons circumstances, 4 alarms, 3 crashes, it looks like 3 citizen assists, 3 disorderly conducts, 3 agency assists, 3 juvenile problems, and 2 motor vehicle complaints. We had 85 total incidents, 13 traffic stops, 6 tickets, 11 warnings. All tickets and warnings were associated with traffic. We arrested 4 individuals. They had 8 total charges came out of those 4 arrests. 2 of those arrests were associated with traffic. And we did 4 additional service hours for the town in the month of July.
So for a grand total of 229 incidents.
2 and 2 between village and town, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, all I can say is keep up the good work. I don't know what else to say.
And for the arrests in the town, we had 3 charges for in-state warrants, 1 resisting arrest, 1 driving with a criminally suspended license, 1 violation of conditions of release, 1 aggravated assault, and 1 burglary.
Are you finding the burglaries are picking up a little, or?
No, I mean, we definitely usually every summer have a few.
Yep.
I don't think we've had that many this summer. So I don't think it's anything, I wouldn't say that there's like an uptick in burglaries and houses though.
Well, I commend you folks, 229 incidents in a month. It's
Yeah.
insane.
And then, the last page would, indicate the 4 hours of additional hours that we did for the town. So we had a motor vehicle complaint we responded to, some community outreach, one agency assistance, trespassing case, and then another agency assistance.
Bill, is that kind of in line with what, 4 hours? Kind of in line with what we're.
Yeah, during school hours, it's really concentrated on the morning
Yep,
or commuter hours,
Right.
bus, traffic enforcement, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, again, I just commend you. It's nuts, 229.
Yeah, I think probably August and September will stay pretty steady, usually right before, the cold weather starts to hit, everything kind of amps up. And then the cold weather hits and we kind of slow down for the winter time, see a lot more crashes and calls of that nature, but without, people walking around because the weather's nice, we
Right.
definitely see a lower call volume in the winter time.
Yep. I have no other questions.
Good job.
Yep.
Thank you.
All set?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Number 8, review and approve fiscal year 26, 27, and 28 Swanton Police Department SRO, Student Resource Officer, agreements with Swanton Elementary School.
Yeah, maybe before discussion, I think I would be looking for a motion for somebody for authorization as the village manager to approve this contract. Maybe that before we discuss, does that make sense in the order, or you want to discuss first?
I prefer to discuss.
Okay. So this concept was discussed multiple times over the past several times when Chief Sullivan's in here. As a reminder, we have 9 full-time equivalent slots. We've had a lot of difficulty because Damon refuses to put in to go to the police academy and others.
Well,
So
maybe Mr. Perry's here tonight.
we got 2 candidates right here. It slows down in the winter. We'll get you right to the police academy. You'll come out, you'll be ready for spring when things heat up.
Good benefits.
So we talked about the need to be creative. So the concept arose a while back where there was an interest from the MVU school district, in particular, in this case, the elementary schools.
Mhm.
So the 3 elementary schools, and the agreement is for the Village of Swanton to pay for the first year cost, 100%. And after that, year 2 and year 3 is 100% on the school. Because of our vacancy savings and our difficulty in identifying police officers, this seemed to be a good blend and approach for something that's gonna benefit us tremendously and also benefit the school district. So we do have it in our budget to be able to meet this first year commitment, and then year 2 and 3 are picked up. Remember, school's not all year, so the added benefit to us is this person is a full-time, will be a full-time position, and we will pick up all those extra coverage shifts that we're having tremendous difficulty filling right now.
Some crossover.
Some crossover. And we still are actively recruiting. Sergeant, you want to give an update on that? How are we doing?
We currently have 2 applicants that we need to schedule interviews for.
Is one named Damon?
No,
Okay, just checking.
but it could be 3. To give us some options. So no, it's difficulty. I've been in talks with Chief Sullivan as well as Sergeant Bideau about attending some job fairs.
Mhm.
Trying to find some that are local. There's not, I have a difficulty finding them. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. But we've talked about attending job fairs to try to recruit, for lack of better terms, because aside from that, there's not really a whole lot of recruitment going on. We're not a big enough agency to have one person dedicated to recruiting.
That's true.
So it's pretty much word of mouth. We're always trying to recruit. We're always trying to recruit people who are already certified. That's usually the quickest process to get somebody on board. But that's difficult. Everybody's hiring, so they're not just looking at Swanton to go to, they're looking at every other agency in Franklin County and beyond, so.
So this contract, in my personal opinion, is that it's a creative way to solve some of our vacancies. We have vacancy savings in order to pay for it, and then we pick up, the school district pays 100% of year 2 and year 3.
So,
We have
sorry.
somebody to fill the position?
We have somebody tentatively
Question.
not ready to name yet, because without having this contract approved, the interested party cannot give notice to their current job, and that's fair.
And this is strictly Swanton Elementary, it's not Franklin or Highgate?
No, it's all 3.
Oh, it's all three?
It's all 3.
Oh,
Yep, so
wow.
it's a combination. Any additional need, the way the contract's written is similar to the regular SRO, where that position is MVU dedicated, but if there's a need, you can
Mhm.
go to the middle school, you can go to different schools. This one is clearly to meet the need of all 3 elementary schools on an as-needed basis. I'm not quite sure they've locked in the breakdown of that at this point.
They haven't.
Right.
Yeah, sounds complicated, but, hey.
So all we would need is just a motion to have the village manager sign the agreement,
That's correct.
so, okay.
So,
Okay, so I make a motion that we authorize the village manager to enter in an agreement with the MVU Association to have an SRO for the elementary schools.
And I'll second.
Could we please formalize that so it shows it's for 3 years, 26, FY 26, 27, 28, so it's in the
Okay.
motion?
So, enter an agreement for 3 years with MVU for the elementary schools. Is that close enough, or?
And I'll second.
all right, we have a first and a second to approve Bill to do what he needs to do for fiscal year 26, 27, and 28 for an SRO position for the elementary school system. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Oh, boy. Okay, number 9, approve and set 2025 Swanton Village tax rate.
Thank you, Sergeant, appreciate it.
Thank you.
So the grand list is up slightly over last year. It is 1,682,667. So the estimated tax rate, that had been that was in our book was $22.94, and it came in at $1.2243, so it's like a half a cent lower than what we had estimated in the book at town meeting. And that will raise taxes of $2,060,017.
And just for the public, we looked at a 5.06% increase.
Yep.
Okay.
And again, a lot of this was generated by healthcare,
It's
insurance,
workman's comp insurance,
Workman's comp.
property insurance,
so,
health insurance.
Yep.
And it's, split between town and village is, the village is 23% of the total grand list of the town of Swanton.
I'll make a motion that we approve and set the Swanton Village tax rate at 1.2243 for 2025.
And I'll second this motion.
All right, we have a first and a second to set the 2025 tax rate at 1.2243. Any further discussion of the tax rate? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, gentlemen. 10, sign AMI line of credit documents.
Do you have this, Tyler? These are the line of credit documents for the AMI project, for 1.7 million. So we just need a motion to authorize the trustees to sign that.
Trustees to sign it?
Yep.
Okay. I'll move that we approve and sign the AMI line of credit documents for $1.7 million.
And I'll second it.
All right, we have a first and a second to approve Lynn to sign the AMI line of credit documents for $1.7 million. And is that for electric and water meters or just
Electric
electric?
and water, yep.
Both meters? Great. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 11, Ormond Croft Hydroelectric Generating Facility Dam Repair Update.
Oh, boy.
There we go.
Okay, so this is gonna be a standing line item now. I normally don't read, but to ensure that I don't miss anything here, I'm gonna just read a little bit. So, based upon the restrictions placed on us by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, FERC, we had no viable path forward to repair the existing rubber bladder. The decision comes down to life safety, with no independent engineer being able to certify that the bladder manufacturer and installer HT Engineering can certify that the repair attempt would guarantee that an additional failure would not occur. The fear would be that a catastrophic failure of the bladder with nearly 16 feet of water behind it would cause life safety issues with anyone fishing or recreating just below the dam itself. We are immediately moving into an alternatives analysis using engineering experts, which will include some short-term possibilities. There's a strong likelihood that we'll be in a significantly diminished production capacity for the next 24 to 36 months. Of course, in this drought, we've been living in one for 3 to 4 weeks. We've entered into a contract today with PC Construction to remove the rubber dam. This can all be accomplished without the Army Corps of Engineers approving a permit. There's no need for an access road. There's no need for a road on the upside stream. They can do it all from both sides with a large crane.
Wow.
Really?
So
Okay.
essentially, they build a platform to walk on for safety. They cut it in about 10-foot sections. 10-foot sections are still 10 by 30 with significant weight, and they haul it out in those chunks. So the tentative start date at this point to remove is Monday, September 8th, and they will be done in about 2 to 3 weeks. Only a couple days to mobilize, then they start tearing it apart. Again, this will be a standing item. The possibilities right now are limitless. You know, the good news is that we will have something that will no longer be a rubber dam prone to failure kind of throughout North America. We're not alone living in with this situation right now. This is happening in a lot of different places. So in all likelihood, you'll hear many, many updates before we get to that point, but before we go out to bid, we'll have kind of a path forward that'll come in front of the trustees to be approved. And then ultimately, request for proposal process, narrow it down, lots of engineering, a lot of permitting with the state of Vermont and the feds. 2 to 3 years in a perfect world. So with that comes all of the things that we don't love to talk about. Even if we had a fully extended dam right now, we'd be producing negligible power, covering very little of our own load.
Yeah.
But without this dam, for a significant chunk of time, we will have to work with our partners at VEPSA to identify bundled power supply for probably a minimum of 1 year, likely a 2-year contract if that's gonna save us money. So more to follow. We have no idea what that impact's gonna be. It should be noted, we're not completely without generation. In spring conditions, when it's flowing over the top, we can still produce 2/3 of what we normally do. We can run around 6 megawatts if everything's running, just can't get to 9.7. So it's not nothing. Many of our fellow VEPSA members would love to have 6 kilowatts of production.
Yeah.
It's just not what we're used to, and it will be more expensive for us. So that's kind of where we're at with our hydro facility.
Thank you. Ain't hearing it, but thank you.
Much of a choice.
Not much of a choice.
Not much of a
Stay
choice.
tuned.
Stay tuned.
Yep.
Silver lining is one day we'll have a solution that'll be much more stable and rate dependent and without this variable of one day it's up, one day it's down.
A little more pain to get there. When we get there, it'll be a better solution than what we had previously, and
Yep.
certainly than what we have right now. Although, that being said, you will be presented with a comprehensive analysis of all of the options to include the do-nothing option and produce what Mother Nature gives us using it as it is right now. All I said is it's gonna be an analysis, it's a do-nothing option, and you'll have a cost-benefit analysis. It will tell you if you do the other options, what that will mean over what period of time to pay that money back.
Yep.
All produce headaches.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully in theory less eventually.
So,
Okay, all set with the discussion about the hydroelectric generating facility for a moment?
Mhm.
Okay. Number 12, village manager update, Bill.
okay, just a handful of things. We posted it on Facebook. Thank you for doing that, Diane. The Franklin Grand Isle County Tobacco Coalition. So Amy Brewer and her team are tremendous. They took a bunch of volunteers out again, and just in 2 hours, they did cigarette butt cleanup in the village. 870 cigarette butts in 2 hours, largely in the Merchants Row area, topping last year's tally of 637. So glad that they do it. Wish it wasn't there, but that seems to be a hot spot. And of course, with everything we have going downtown, it's nice to keep it as clean as possible. So shout out to them.
Yep, agreed.
The water team. So on August 21st, every roughly 2.5 years, the state of Vermont comes in and does their sanitary survey, which means a top-to-bottom inspection of everything at the water plant. So right down to every process, physical inspection, that includes the main plant as well as the reservoir, and there were no deficiencies noted. I will say for the public, because I certainly read it, I certainly see it, we hear from some of the water users that we have here that are village employees. It is in fact that time of year where every single water system in the state of Vermont that draws from Lake Champlain deals with the same thing. 77 degrees of Lake Champlain water that's not moving much, or in some cases it gets riled up. It doesn't always smell the best. And we've seen it, we heard it loud and clear. We are always monitoring and tweaking what we can do within state guidelines to remedy that. It seems, the report that I got today, it seems like we're heading in the right direction, but it's not for lack of trying, and St. Albans and other communities are dealing with the very, very same thing. If you go on their community forums, you're hearing the same thing. When Todd Jones talks to other plant operators, they are saying the exact same thing. So that's, it is safe, it just might occasionally not smell the best. Moving on to electric. So we're gonna have a full house here with some internal training with all the VEPSA members for automated advanced metering infrastructure for both electric and water meters. That'll go a long way toward helping us as well. These are the experts. And again, we still have that remaining little nuanced inability for software, things to read and communicate with one another. I'm probably underselling that. We currently sit for water meters. Remember, we have roughly 1,550 water customers, and we have 600 meters roughly installed to date. Electric meters, we have 3,800 customers. We have over 1,000 now installed. But again, the frustrating part is we just hope to get through this intact and we know the finish line is going to produce a much better product, an easier read, hopefully easier on the employees, but now that is certainly not the case. So anytime you're in the building, please look to the right when you walk in and say thank you, because it's been difficult, for sure. You want to weigh in on that at all?
Yeah, it's been a struggle. You're trying to get 3 different software companies to all get along and talk, the softwares to talk with each other. And through this process, what we're finding is one of the softwares is like, this is how we do it, we don't bend. And then another software is like, this is how we do it, we don't bend. And they don't go in the same direction. So we're having to do some massaging there about, you need to tweak, can you tweak this? Can you figure out a workaround? It's been painful. Right now, cycle 3 is overdue to go out. Cycle 4 should be going out the early next week or end of this week. And we're not even close because we haven't got cycle 3 out. So billing's getting behind. It's been a lot on the staff because on top of the normal day-to-day stuff, Lori especially is trying to get, these meters flowing into the billing system on top of doing the billing. So it's been a lot on them, and it's been a lot on the line crew. They're managing the water people that are going out there and replacing meters, plus the line crew is replacing electric meters. And if people haven't scheduled their water meter switch out yet, please call the office so we can get you scheduled to get a crew out there to replace the water meter. It does not take long to do it.
Yeah, goes
So-
quick.
Is there anything you want to add, Diane?
No, I think you hit on everything, yeah.
It's frustrating.
It's frustrating.
It is
Need
very
any muscle
frustrating.
from us, or?
No, I mean, right now, it's just like, Dwayne and I are kind of pushing on our consultants a little bit. I guess what the biggest frustration has been is like today in the weekly meeting, they were talking about some meters that weren't flowing into the system. And it's like, we discussed this 2 weeks ago, how come a resolution hasn't happened?
Right.
And it's things like that it's hard. The software companies are not, they
Yeah.
don't see the whole picture. They're looking at their software, and sometimes we feel like we don't know what other workload they've got. So sometimes I feel like, oh, well, they're not doing anything for us as, each weekly meeting. But, we're probably one of several customers that they're doing this sort of work for. But we're not alone. I was talking to our consultant last week at a conference, and some of the other utilities that are in this AMI project that are VEPSA members are butting up against some similar problems with their software talking with the AMI software. So we're not the only one. It's just, it seems more painful because we're the first one. So we're hitting all the bumps before everybody else. But we'll get through it. It's just it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we need to have the conversation as trustees with these folks, and
Our consultant's she's pretty sharp, and
so,
she's on point with, we've had some very frank conversations with our software company, where I've gotten on their case a few times, but sometimes our consultant has taken the lead, and she's pushed on them equally as hard as I have. So, yeah, they're hearing it. It's just they stay in their lane, and they don't wanna have to change anything, because this is what their standard is. And the problem is the AMI software is kind of the same way.
I get it, it just, I don't like taking no for an answer,
Yeah, and then we ran into a problem where our GIS, they pulled the wrong map.
Yeah.
They pulled a map that wasn't completely updated, even though we had a more up-to-date map. So that ran into some problems also. So it's 3 softwares trying to talk to each other, and, on these weekly meetings, there's anywhere from 8 to 12 of us online. So it gets, it can eat up time very fast as people
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Well, I offer it at least,
Yep.
so, whatever the trustees need to do, and,
Okay,
if you need to play bad cop, we can do that.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
So they had the electric department, I think you're all well aware, we had a significant outage the other night. Car versus pole, car lost. And they got up there and got it taken care of as quickly as possible. Pretty good, effective response time.
Yeah.
Still, you were out for a while, but that's what you're gonna have when you hit something big like that, for sure. Public Works, so they've been busy. They're working now closely with the water stuff too, because they got to do all the shut-offs. So the water meter installations are impacting them. Little water and sewer issues here and there. Same thing we talked about. We do have to be ready next year to ensure that we put upgrades in the water lines that we know are known problems, some of which we can do in-house and save a lot of money. Others, like Gallup Court, that we'd have to contract out because they're just way too onerous, very deep, very complicated system to repair. But that's something that, those are two that we should be able to check off our list in the next calendar year if we budget for it in the water budget. They've been doing crosswalks, stop bars. They just completed their yearly annual funded stormwater project. This one was at Marble Mill. And they installed a dry hydrant at Johns Bridge on August 28th. So they got postponed for a couple weeks, but that'll be a good addition for the fire department. Lastly, I usually provide a fairly comprehensive update on the wastewater project, but Jason Starr and Dylan Dupont are coming in next time. They're up next. So September 8th, they're gonna give you a PowerPoint and a comprehensive overview, and of course you were just down there for a tour. So we still are on time and on budget, on time being middle of January. It's a complicated project, not without hiccups, but they'll come in and give you a full overview next week. As a reminder, Jason also covers the maintenance division. He's going to incorporate that into his presentation. And I wanted him to emphasize that because we often get a lot of online love suggesting that we don't take care of the complex in our maintenance, and nothing can be further from the truth. So we just got to make sure we demonstrate that and articulate what we're doing to those that are listening.
Agreed.
And that's all I have, with the exception of executive session for personnel.
So, number 13, any other necessary business?
Just one thing that I had a resident come to me. Is there any talk of reappraisal in Swanton over the next year?
I haven't heard it.
You haven't heard anything?
That's a town function.
Fair enough.
All
I
know
think
is
even if they
every
contract it
line
now,
for
I don't
that.
think they could get in the queue for the next year.
I don't think
I
so.
don't believe so.
There's a lot of
I
towns
like
in
town
the appraisal right now.
Yeah,
Let the town listers do that.
Yep.
perfect, thank you. I like the answer.
Okay. Number 14, proposed executive session to discuss personnel.
I'll move we go into executive session to discuss personnel at 6:38. No,
You want to read the motion there? So we're
not really.
state of.
Want me to read that for you?
That's all right. I move that we enter into executive session for the trustees to receive confidential personnel information for which the premature disclosure of it to the general public would clearly place the trustees and others at a substantial disadvantage.
Amen. I second that.
All right, we are going to enter into executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.